this is a general statement, but the younger surgeons are probably more savvy with technology, with the newer surgeries. Some of the older surgeons, not Bill, but maybe stuck in their old ways and not wanting to try new or innovative things. I also think that with the younger surgeons, we're more in tune to what's maybe trendy or what's trending or what's popular. And one of the examples may be something with like lip fillers or what do people really want. And then I think the other part is that, you know, the younger guys always are willing to talk to other surgeons to get advice. So we pick the brains of other people to try to make sure that what our plan is works well with some of the people that are more experienced than us. So you get a plan that's based on several surgeons rather than just one independent mind.
I think younger surgeons, they're typically very knowledgeable with the literature. They just came out of training. They know a lot of new and, you know, innovative techniques that they're willing to employ. And I've even done that in my own practice with breast reconstruction and cosmetic surgery. Dallas is unique. I mean, we have so many world famous surgeons that, of course, some of the more established ones are teaching and devising those innovative techniques, but I think I'm talking about younger surgeons in general around the country. Two other things I've noticed. One is availability. You know, we have smaller staff, so I spend a lot of time with my own patients. They really get to talk to me and see me for all aspects of care. I find that established surgeons, not only are they set in their ways, a lot of it is transferred to their staff. Their staff does a lot of the education, a lot of the teaching. So there isn't as much one-on-one time with the surgeon and getting to know them or getting that personal touch. One last thing, a lot of younger surgeons are very knowledgeable about non-invasive technologies, also injectables, neurotoxins, just the whole gamut. I think we're very interested in all that, and we do a lot of those procedures. And so you'll find a lot of my colleagues, they're very knowledgeable about lasers, chemical peels, injectables. They're teaching the courses on these topics. And a lot of the older surgeons, they're just so used to operating. They kind of delegate this task to other mid-levels or nurses. And so that's another thing that I've noticed.
I went into private practice and I didn't want to be pigeonholed into one type of specialty of plastic surgery. So it allows you the freedom to operate from head to toe, treat all age populations from pediatrics to adults. And so I have sort of characterized my practice similarly. So I do upper extremity, quite a great deal of that. And that during the COVID virus actually has paid dividends because it's kept me in the practice afloat. But in addition, I learned cosmetic surgery from some of the people that Raja alluded to in Dallas. And that is that's more of cosmetic surgery, which I'm able to do. And then because of the training I had at Yale, I learned a lot of cancer reconstruction, particularly as it relates to melanoma or basal cell, and have been able to do basically everything. And you know, I think that's the beauty of being a plastic surgeon. We can adapt to all of the changing times, whether it's COVID or an economic downturn, that we're able to offer patients all sorts of services, particularly in terms of surgery.
You know, in my opinion, I think, especially being new in practice, and I decided to go into private practice, I was always kind of on the fence. Should I focus on one thing or not? I took the approach in the beginning that because I had such broad training, I wanted to sort of do the full gamut of plastic surgery. I think that's been good in terms of just, you know, marketing, getting my name out there, meeting more patients. It's also been helpful, especially during this period where there's an expected economic downturn. I think I'll still have some cases and still be able to be busy despite all these things that are going on. You know, ultimately, I would like to focus on a few procedures and be more of an expert or more specialized. But, you know, at this time, I think I like being very broad and general while I build up and ramp up my practice.
Young surgeons are very keen on delivering excellent results and having great online reviews. And that forces us to talk a lot more to our peers. So I have actually called Raja multiple times about cases. And it's a great way first of all, for us to connect, but second of all, I get to bounce ideas off of him and make sure that, I'm in the ballpark and what he thinks works, or if this is a terrible idea, it's a terrible idea, but there's a dialogue that exists that I think a lot of established surgeons may not take the time to do.
Yeah, I agree, because I think what used to happen, a lot of the older surgeons said that they would maybe talk to a few friends over the phone, they might travel and observe another surgeon. I think, us younger surgeons, or just the generation, we're able to acquire information quickly. So, we figure out all these details through videos, papers, talking to friends, traveling, observing other surgeons. And I've even noticed, or I felt this consciously, I have a lot of friends who are pretty big influencers on Instagram. They post these beautiful results and you feel, okay, I need to really try and match that. Like, I need to learn the same techniques. I need to try to achieve those results and show those types of before and afters. It really tries to elevate your own skill set. So I think the younger surgeons, it's just how we acquire information and what our goals are, I feel are different. And there's just a very high level of plastic surgery. The other thing I want to mention, because we have so many integrated programs, literally the best medical students are becoming plastic surgeons, the ones with the highest test scores, who are at the top of their class. So really the entire lot of young plastic surgeons in the United States are literally the best medical students that are out there. And so a lot of the people that I trained with, they're brilliant, and whatever they do, they're pretty amazing at what they do, whether they're in academic or private practice.